Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to do for you a very quick chicken soup. So I'm going to show you what the ingredients are, what we're going to be using for today. Everybody, so I've got my pot here, and as you can see I've just got some chicken carcass, what was left over. So that's what we're going to be using. It's a roast chicken. You might have seen me do this recipe earlier on, but every time you do it it's different. And I've got the gravy what was left over I've put in here as well, and I've got some garlic and everything in there. So I'm going to get this on the fire now. It's going to be a bit noisy. So we want to get that boiling. And then here I've got some frozen mixed veg. I've got a cho-cho, I'm not going to be using all of it. Got a bit of yam. Got some onions. Got my packet soup. This is the one that we're going to be using today. Got some thyme which I've washed. Got a bit of cocoa. I've got pumpkin what was from my garden. I just peeled it off. This was a little one, but I'm not going to let it waste, I'm going to use it. And I got some of the sweet potato what came out of my garden as well. These are the ones what I got this year, so I'm going to be using some of those. Little bit of sweet pepper, a spring onion and a carrot. I also might put some pepper and other little ingredients as I go along, but I'll show you what I'm doing. So we're just going to put this on. We're going to bring this up to the boil, and meanwhile that's boiling, just going to put our thyme in. This is already washed. This is from my garden as well. So everything that I grow I use. There might not be enough water in it at the moment, but I can put that in afterwards. So just going to let that come to the boil. And in the meantime, just going to prep these. Get these ready. I've got my spring onion here. So I don't want this one to be too thick. Rinse this off. I'm just going to slice this up thinly, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So that's our spring onion. It's going to be put to one side. Got my carrots. I'm going to be slicing this thinly as I can as well. This carrot, what I'm doing now, is just optional. And as you know, carrot takes a while to put. Just going to wait till that comes to the boil, and then I'm going to be putting in the carrots. So the carrots is optional because you've got carrots in your frozen veg already. So I'm just going to be using about that much. This is what we call a cho-cho. Just going to be using a bit of this, not all of it. I'm just going to get the middle out and peel this, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've peeled my cho-cho. I'm just going to cut into small pieces. This soup is more what you would do like if you were doing having a party or something like that. You do this sort of a recipe. my red onion. And peel, get this one stripped, and then all these produce are from my garden, apart from the yam and the cocoa and the carrots. But everything else is just from my garden. So we've got our onion, just going to rinse that off as well. These ones are super strong, making my eyes water already. This is a white onion. So if you're liking what you see, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell another friend. And if you want to leave a comment, you can leave them in the comment section. We do try and get that to you on them, so don't bother think that you're going to be ignored. So that's our white onion as well. And just peel our cocoa, we call this, I think you call it endos. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so our pot is almost coming to the boil, and a lot of you is going to say, why is it frothed on the top? It's just from the gravy mix and from the boiling of the bones and everything. So it's just mostly the carcass in there, you can see. If you want to and you don't want the bones in there, then you can always go back and take them off, but I haven't got time for that. So you can see that's come to the boil. We're going to start to put our stuff in now. So our spring onions going in. Remember, this is all been washed already. So that's us. Then our red onion, our carrots, so more or less everything's going in at the same time. So everything's cut up small, so the thing what's going to take the longest to cook is the carrots. Our white onion and our chocho. And give it a good stir. And we're going to put in our frozen veg as well. Our cocoa here, and we're cutting that into small pieces as well. That's going in. My pumpkin here, which is from my garden. Going to cut it and see if there's any seeds in there, which there is. So you just want to take out those seeds. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, our pumpkin was very young, but I'm still going to use it. Still If it mashes out, then it mashes out. So I'm just going to cut that small as well, and then just put those in as well. Right, on this one we've got our sweet potato. This was from our garden. Just washed and scrubbed them a bit. So I'm going to use them with this skin. Just going to take off the end bits. And I might just cut them in half. Get those in as well. So this is all. If you're watching my gardening channel, you'll see me harvest these. They're not very big this year, but they're still edible. We had them with a roast the other day, and they were really sweet and nice. So we've got everything in. I'm going to turn this fire down now. So you want this fire very low so it just stays there and simmers. So you just want it simmering now. Then everything will just come together. So you can see that's nice and hearty already. You can see all your bits are in there. And I've got this bit of yam. Can't remember what kind of yam this is, but it's a soft one. I don't like the one that's too hard, or yellow yam, which everybody seems to like. So just everything in now. Rinse off my hands and I'll be back with you in a sec. Right, everybody now, just got some, gonna just be making a few little spinners. That's what we always put in our soup. If you want to know how to make this, it's just plain flour and a bit of salt in the water, and you just knead it so when it gets stiff. And here I've got a Scotch bonnet out of my garden. You saw when I harvest this. Just going to chuck that in there as well. And your spinners, you can make them how big or how small you want. So just rolling, spinning, and just dropping in the pot. So there's nothing fancy about them. If you were doing them for like a party or wedding now, they'd be a lot thinner than this and a lot smaller. Because this is just for us at home, so I'm just doing these. So that's everything in the pot almost. So I'll give this a stir again. So you can see it's nice and arty. If you was doing like a wedding or a party, the pot would be about 4 times the size of this, and there wouldn't be as much Well, there'll be food going in there, but it would be cut up really small. And this amount of spinners what you see I'm doing would go a lot further than this. Right, I've got the rest of our little bit of flour. You can just put that in, just helps to thicken it up a little bit. And that's our Scotch bonnet. Was in my freezer, so I'm just going to prick it a bit. Just get some of the flavour out of that. Don't know how hot it is. I don't want it too hot, so let me just, yeah, they're fresh, they're quite hot, so what I'm going to do is going to cut that in half and just use a little bit of it. We don't like when, well, I don't mind a little bit of pepper every now and then, but I don't like when things are too hot, so I'm just going to cut it in half and just use it half. So, got everything in. Just going to get a spoon. I'm just going to taste that if we need any salt or anything else in there. A little bit of salt. I'm going to use about that much. If I need any more, I can always put it in afterwards. I'm just going to rinse this spoon and check again. You can just do this to how you want it to taste. Right, that's okay now. So we're going to give that about another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll be back with you. Right everybody, so we've got our pot boiling down nicely. See, everything's coming together now. So we're going to put in our packet soup now. It's up to you if you want to put in 1 or 2 packets. I'm just going by eye and seeing what it looks like. See, everything's looking really nice, and I think the 1 packet, I'm just going to give that a taste and make sure. I only need the 1 packet in there. If I need another packet, I can put more in if I want. Right, that's exactly how I want it. So I'm not going to put anything else in there. It doesn't need any salt. Put in a little bit of black pepper. So you see me putting the Scotch bonnet, but it doesn't need anything else. So you can see there's not a lot of stuff that you need to do. So if you've got leftover chicken, can always put it in your freezer. Then when you got your ingredients, you got it there ready to make a hearty soup. So I'm going to just leave this to simmer for about another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll come back to you. Right everybody, so we've got this all cooked down now. Just going to turn off the heat. I'm going to plate up a plate and show you what it looks like in a plate, but you can see what it looks like in a pot already. All nice and earthy and healthy. So if you've got a cold or anything like that, this will be good for you. If you're not feeling very well, then try doing something like this for the person who's sick or anything like that. So I'm going to plate up a plate and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right everybody, so this is what it looks like on the plate. You can see everything's nice and cooked with our nice broth, which is not a thick one, it's a nice thin one. So this is another version of soup. So I hope you like this one. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Don't only just watch the channel, and tell your friends to tell their friends about the channel so that we can build it up a bit more. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you.